Good evening, all, and welcome to Engineers Field here in Johnston Memorial Park for your 2025 RIIL regular season baseball matchup between the Johnston Panthers and the Tollgate Titans. Luke, we were here last night. We saw the Panthers face off against the North Providence Cougars. Unfortunately, dropped that one to them late in the game. What difference can we see out of them tonight to come out with a W?
It was a very close game last night. They started off hot, but they couldn't get it done. Maybe today they're hot all day. Hopefully we can see them play good baseball throughout all 7 innings today.
Good baseball. They started off the earlier in that game. They started off with a run in every inning, and then eventually, I believe it was the 5th inning, laid a goose egg in the scoreboard. Panthers offense, the best they looked in the last few weeks. I mean, 9 runs, 7 runs. Last night they scored 4 runs in 4 innings. If they continued what they were doing on the offensive side of the ball earlier in that game, they probably would have came away with a W. Luke, today we get to see Ethan Bracey for the first time. What can you tell us about him?
Yeah, he's a great baseball player. He plays multiple positions. He's really fast. He can hit the ball and even pitch. We haven't seen him. I don't think we've seen him yet start at home this year. I'm excited to see how he plays today.
Haven't seen a start from Bracey at home. His first one coming on this mound against, or actually, excuse me, no, this is his second start at home. He started against Prout. We weren't there for that one. Tonight, starting against the Titans with his battery mate Ogden. We have seen some competitive games from the Panthers in the last few weeks. They look to make this one close again, too. Come out with another W. Of course, they lost the 3-game win streak last night. But this is the team to beat. They need to make the playoffs. They need to win now instead of later.
This is another team that's down at the bottom of the division with them. I think Johnston's actually one above them. This is definitely a winnable game for them today.
Tollgate's 3-13. Johnston's 3-11. With Bracey on the mound, we'll see a little bit of a different lineup out there, with Rios now playing short instead of, which usually is Richie, and Richie's still at third like he was last night. Duquette out there in left. We won't see him in the starting lineup, but he'll be out there for the defensive glove. Vendetti starting in center, something we usually don't see for him. He's usually the right fielder. Matt Clements out there in right instead of first as he played last night. The senior captains out there playing their positions today. Manny Rios and Matt Clements know that this is the game to win, and this is the game to get them into the playoffs. Really, I believe this is the battle for that last spot due to RPII standings. We've seen the games where we had the battle with the last seed to get into the playoffs, Luke. What's the feeling heading into these games?
You got to play aggressive. That's what we had to do. We had to play aggressive to get that. I think we actually got the 7th seed instead of the 8, but fell short in the first round. Hopefully we don't see them fall short. Hopefully they go on a good little run because they've been hot the last half of this season, so hopefully they stay hot going into the playoffs.
Going into the playoffs, it's anyone's game. Records reset 0-0. And who knows who the Panthers could see early, if it's going to be the one-seeded, I believe it's the one-seeded West Warwick Wizards,
which we've seen them beat.
They beat them earlier in the season, or a couple weeks ago, honestly. They beat them and went on to beat Middletown and then beat Prout. Now here against Tollgate, lost the last one 6-4, but played pretty good baseball throughout the game. We saw Bracey last night make a huge catch out there at center, covered a ton of ground.
That was a great play.
Into the outfield-infield assist by Neal and Ogden, getting the double play at home. Hope to see more defensive baseball out of the Panthers, who of course started off the season with a ton of errors, now playing like a well-oiled machine. I think we only saw one error out of them last night. Would love to see them continue to play that game of baseball, that perfect game. No errors made. That means you're not giving up free outs or free runs. Bracy warming up here to face off against the Titans. Here early from Warwick. One of the many schools out there in Warwick. You have Tollgate, Pilgrim, West Warwick. And I believe we're all in the same division for baseball at least. West Warwick being, I believe, D2 in football. We saw them a lot when they were in D3. And the Titans get ready to face off with Ethan Bracy, the sophomore. It's a beautiful day for ball out here. Not too hot, but nice and sunny. No wind. It's a perfect day for ball. As Bracy comes set to deliver the first pitch of the game. Delivers inside, low and inside there for ball one. Jonah Lafucci here to face Bracy. 1-0, swung on off the hands. Rios makes the play at first. Easy ground ball for the 6-3. Ground out, 1 out now in the inning.
Good easy play there by Rios. Didn't have to do too much.
Connor Salzillo now coming up to face Bracy. Umpire telling the batter to go back to the dugout. Ogden now coming off the field. Don't exactly know what's going on with that one. Yesterday we got to see we got to ask him what was on his back the other day. We figured out there was a pitch comm device. They were radioing in what pitch for Ogden to call from the dugout.
Yeah, you did have the right guess.
Don't exactly know what the stoppage is. Trying to figure out what's going on out there right now. While they figure this out, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here in Engineers Field in a second. All right, back here in Engineers Field in Johnson Memorial Park. Just got some official word that the dirt around home plate has been a little too loose. It was getting a little dusty back there for the ump. They're raking it up now, trying to tamp it down. Coach Paul Robitaille working on the field as this is a stoppage in the game. Just trying to get that dirt or the excess dirt off the field so the ump and catcher don't have any dirt flying into their eyes or a missed call comes from it. We see the infield and outfield meeting up, waiting for the field to be ready. Just seems like a little bit too much dirt around the plate. Don't want to have dirt fly into the ump's eye or catcher's eye and an injury happens or a call gets missed.
Definitely not. Some bad stuff could happen with bad dirt.
Trying to get that excess dirt off while we continue to wait for the field to be ready. We're going to take another break. We'll be right back here in Johnson Memorial Park in a second. All right, back here in Engineers Field at Johnson Memorial Park. Field is now ready. They wet the dirt. They raked it up. Bracey's going to get a couple warm-up pitches after sitting and waiting to get back going. Coach Paul Robitaille making quick work of home plate in the mound, wetting the dirt, making sure that dust doesn't fly up. Ogden and Bracey get back to work. They'll be facing Sal Azillo here when Bracey is warmed back up. Connor Salzillo, his first appearance, makes a little drawing in the dirt with the end of his bat and gets into the box to face Bracey for the first time today. Bracey delivers low. One thing I got to talk about Ogden with, other than the pitch calm that was on his back, also with a new glove. He ripped a hole in it last night catching Rios using a new glove. Definitely, once again, going to have to get used to it, get used to squeezing that glove as it's a foul ball back. I believe it's for strike one. I believe it's a 2-1 count. Oh, 1-1.
It also looks like he doesn't have his earpiece in right now.
1-1 the count for Bracey. His delivery. low for a ball. 2-1.
We've seen a couple pitches in the dirt today already from Bracy.
Bracy, the lefty, sophomore, still finding his way all over the field as there's a pitch inside. Called strike.
That was definitely a close one.
Just getting the inside corner. It's Bracy now with the 2-2. Swung on.
Tip.
Fouled off. Foul tip called. Ogden couldn't handle it for the out. Salzillo lives on.
Two now.
Bracy gets back to work. Salzillo tried to ask for time. Doesn't grant it. Bracy delivers his pitch for a ball. 3-2 now the count.
Full count.
Salzillo to protect. Swings on one. That's a high hop off the mound. Rios throws it across the diamond for the easy out. The second out of the inning.
Both balls went right to Rios, and Rios got them both out.
2 6-3 groundouts to start off for the Titans. 2 easy plays by Manny Rios, showing why shortstop is his other position other than pitcher.
100%. He's been looking comfortable the last couple games there.
Jack Calvin now to face Bracy, the pitcher-pitcher battle here. Calvin awaits the delivery from Bracy. In there for strike one. 1-1 count now for Bracy. So far, a good start for him. 2 batters, 2 outs, 2 groundouts. Bracy from the windup. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Bracy now leading in the count 1-2. Is going to look for the strikeout. Bracy shakes off a sign. Doesn't like the pitch. There it is. Shakes yes. Starts from the windup. Pitch inside for a ball.
2-2.
2-2 count here for Bracy. The 2-2. Swung on. Up the middle.
Right past his glove.
Gets right by the glove of Bracy into the outfield for a single. Added to Tollgate's first hit of the game. Calvin comes through with 2 outs for himself. Now on first. Braden Gear now. The cleanup for Tollgate. Bracy delivers the 0-0. That one swung on. Easy play for Adamo. Goes to second for the easy out.
Little bobble there. He still got the job done.
Little bobble there on the fielder's choice. Gets the third out of the inning. Tollgate Strands won that inning. Panthers get out with no runs allowed. Bracy's first inning looks pretty good.
Really good. Good start for the Panthers defense.
Tollgate getting out there behind their pitcher, Calvin. We saw him just single for himself, but Tollgate Titans can't do anything about it. While they warm up, let's get a quick look at your starting lineup tonight for the Johnston Panthers. In the 1 hole, the pitcher, Ethan Bracy. In the 2 hole, Javen Adamo playing second base. In the 3 hole, it's Aiden Neal playing first. In the 4 hole, it's Matthew Clements playing right field. In the 5 hole, it's Anthony Vendetti playing center. In the 6 hole, Corey Ogden, the catcher. In the 7 hole, Luca Ritchie, the third baseman. DHing tonight for the Panthers in the 8 hole, Juan Branche. And in the 9 hole, the other senior, Manny Rios, playing short.
Similar lineup from last night, just no Duquette. Branche takes the role today.
We see Duquette out in left, but him being left, Branche batting in his spot as the designated hitter seems to be his role on this team. He's a catcher or first baseman. He's kind of played around the infield, now being used for his bat.
Definitely one of the big hitters on the baseball team.
We've seen him come through in the clutch. We've seen him come through with big games, 4 for 4 in that West Warwick game.
Huge game for him. He's going to need another one today.
Panthers, you look at their record, they're 3-11. And honestly, young team, didn't expect the 0-9 start, but turning it around here late. A lot of sophomores, freshmen, juniors. I mean, you only have 3 seniors, 2 out there tonight. Team is young, and hearing it from people, hey, they're a young team. It might be 2 or 3 years until this Johnston team can actually turn it around, but others saying this end of the season can definitely turn around. I talked to Matt. I talked to other players. They see some positivity out of the way they've been playing, even with some of the losses.
Definitely been playing a better stretch of baseball in this last half of the season.
Now the pitcher leading it off. Not something you see usually, but Bracey last night, 2 for 2, 2 singles, and walked as well. Had a great game last night between the defensive and offensive side of the ball. Now going to work for himself. Bracey awaits the 0-0 from Calvin. Swung on, and I believe that caught a piece of Calvin. Gets up the middle for a single. Bracey continues the hitting streak.
Went straight back to the pitcher. He couldn't maintain the catch, though. Single for Bracey.
Bracey starts off hot at the top of the order. Now Adamo is going to look to go to work. Adamo waiting the 0-0. Strike called. The back pick. Not in time. Adamo now.
He has some speed.
Well, if they were able to watch the stream last night, they. All right, we're back. We had some technical difficulties. Our Wi-Fi kind of went out on us for a second. We should be back up clear now. Clements and Vendetti on base. I believe, did Vendetti walk?
Vendetti did walk and Clemens stole before. Vendetti walked.
So Clements on the stolen bag. Vendetti reaches on a walk. Now we see Corey Ogden.
The catcher.
Catcher who has shined recently. Definitely turns it around for himself. Found him a spot on this varsity roster, as there's a good frame there for the catcher for a strike. Believe he said 1-2. This is the count to Ogden. 2 outs. Ogden needs to come through big here. The pitch from Calvin. Way inside. Almost got Ogden on the foot. 2-2 now. Swung on right back to Calvin, who makes the easy throw to first. That ground out by Ogden retires the side. With that ground out, the Panthers get back onto defense. Tilgate switches to offense. While they warm up, we'll be right back here at Engineers Field for your 2025 regular season matchup between the Johnston Panthers and the Tollgate Titans. And we're back here in Johnston Memorial Park. Bracy back out there on the hill, ready to go. As there's a pitch swung on for strike one.
Good pitch by Bracy there.
Good pitch there from Bracy. He's been dealing so far.
Down to the dirt again.
1-1 now. Bracy going back to work here against the middle of the order. The 1-1 swung on. Fouled off towards the right field side. Bracy now with the 1-2 count, ahead in the count, looks for a strikeout. That one swung on, fouled right back at us. Bracy working with a 1-2 count, ahead in the count here. Oh, excuse me, it's 2-2. Tries to get time called, can't get it. Bracy gets the strikeout, but drop third. Lets him run to first for an easy throw. Makes it the first out of the inning. Strikeout, drop third rule there. If you drop the third strike as a catcher, you have to make the throw to first.
Looked easy there, though, for Ogden.
Oliver Chavez now sees that first pitch in for a strike. Bracy with the 0-1. Outside makes it 1-1. Chavez waits for Bracey's delivery with the 1-1. Strike called. 1-2 now. Bracey comes back, set. Chavez steps in. Bracey out of the windup. The delivery swung on and missed for strike three of the at bat. Strikeout number 2 of the inning. Back from some technical difficulties. Bracey gets a strikeout early. That one swung on. Richie
Right past them.
can't read the hop. Jumps right by him. Single error for Blair.
We've seen some balls get some unlucky bounces on this field.
Well, over on that third base side, there's a little lip. You'll see some high hops, low hops. It's kind of hard to read the ball over there. The corners kind of have a lip on the field. Makes playing that hot corner, you need to come in on the ball, or you're going to have to deal with a high hop as Bracey goes back to work. Here, ball called, 1-0. Bracey 2 outs, man on first. Looks to continue shoving. Pickoff move, not in time. Edward Rosario at the plate here to face Bracey. That pitch in there for a ball. Bracey comes set to throw it again. 1-0. In there for a strike. Bracey swings on that one. And the steal gets Adamo over near second. Easy single now.
Got right through the first and second baseman there.
Adamo is trying to get over for the steal, and the hit and run attempt comes through. Huge. A single advances the runner to third. Rosario with an easy single on the hit and run attempt. Perfect hit and run example there, going the opposite way. As Bracey goes back to work now in a jam. There's the first strike.
0-1 for Bracey.
The 9-hole for the Titans looking to work against Bracey. As there's a ball up. 2-1 now the count. Bracey with the pitch. Off the hands, swung on out of play. Cantone telling Bracey, let's go. We need this strikeout here. Pitch. Down and inside for a ball. 2-2 the count. Bracy comes set in the stretch. The pitch. Outside called ball. A close one there. Full count 3-2. Bracy gets the pickoff move to work.
Caught him sleeping.
Caught the runner sleeping at first.
Good awareness by Bracy there to get the last out of the inning.
Edward Rosario was picked off at first. Bracy, the lefty, never even stepped on the mound, and Rosario started to take a lead. An easy step and throw for the lefty, who is facing first base. Tigers leave one stranded off that pickoff move. Now flipping sides. Bracy holds the Titans to 0 runs again.
Good outing by Bracy so far.
Well, I believe we're going to see Richie come up here to the plate. We'll see Richie, Branche, Rios. Panthers at the bottom end of their lineup. 1-0 in the bottom of the second. Luke, so far, good baseball played by the Panthers. What do you want to see out of them this inning?
Yeah, this is exactly how they started last game. They just couldn't get it done, as we've said many of times. They're going to need to keep this momentum. The defense is going to have to keep playing how they're playing. Bracy's going to have to keep throwing good pitches, and the offense is going to have to keep dealing and get a couple more runs in these last couple innings.
We saw yesterday the offense was efficient, but not good enough to pull out a win in a high-scoring game, 6-4. North Providence Cougars took that one from them. Now leading 1-0 like I believe they did last night. If not, it was 1-1 going into the second. Look to add on to the damage they've already applied, already being up 1-0 behind Bracy's good outing so far. Richie comes to the plate, flashes the camera a little smile. Chi-Chi, as Cantone calls him, is going to come up to the plate for his first debut. Richie awaits the delivery of the pitch. Inside, ducks out of the way for the first ball.
Almost hit him there.
Bottom of the second here for the Panthers as they get back to work on offense, as there's a big swing and a miss by Richie for the 1-1. Cantone barking out some hitting tips there as the 1-1 comes in. Big swing and a miss there by Richie, making it 1-2 now. Behind in the count now, he's going to have to protect.
He's going to need to get a good look right now.
That one high inside for a ball.
2-2.
2-2 count here for Richie. The freshman third baseman sees a ball up for now 3-2. Battles back for the full count. Richie swung on. High fly ball out to left. Fouled off out of play. Richie continues his battle with the 3-2 count against Colvin. The delivery down. Richie battles back for a walk. Richie reaches on a walk here to begin the bottom of the second.
Brache up now.
Branche, the designated hitter for today, taking the spot of Matthew Duquette. Bunt down. Just misses it for a strike. A 1 count now for Branche. Catcher getting some advice or something from the ump, maybe getting close to catcher interference. Branch getting the sign. 2 feet. Calvin. Branche steps in to face Calvin. Bunt down again. Pulls it away. I don't think it was in time. Ump doesn't single. Maybe he did get it in time. That may have been a ball. 2-1 the count for Branche.
Catcher's looking at Richie right now.
Yeah, back pick there earlier. Branche now showing bunt. Pulls it back. A little slash opportunity. The throw to second. In time to first. Not in time. Or first baseman, I should say. Couldn't come up cleanly with the scoop. Fielder's choice gets Richie at second, but Branche reaches on a fielder's choice.
Senior captain up to bat now.
Rios, the 9-hole. Catcher yells out, 1 out. Spin it. Looking for a double play out of Rios here. Checks the runner at first. Not in time. Rios now looks to work against Calvin. Calvin's delivery swung on and missed by Rios for the 0-1. Rios waits the delivery. That ball inside for a strike.
0-2 for Rios.
Rios now going to have to protect with 1 out here. That ball swung on way up there. Second baseman calls off his shortstop and makes the easy grab for the second out of the inning as the top of the order now comes back up. Ethan Bracey now looking to do some damage to help himself out on the other side of the field here.
He has their one and only run today.
He was able to single early, get around the bases on a stolen base, and there's a hard hit ball to the center fielder who comes in and makes the play to end the inning. Bracey can't come through for himself, flies out to the center fielder. Going into the top of the third, Panthers lead 1-0. Ethan Bracey gonna go back out there in battle now with, I believe, what's gonna be the bottom and top of the order for Tollgate. I believe the top of the order is gonna be up here in the third. Both teams leave a goose egg in the run column. Panthers strand 1 as we go into the top of the third.
Panthers are going to need to keep this defense up. They've been playing very good defense today.
A good pitching battle so far between Calvin and Bracey. Calvin giving up that single to Bracey And then the arrow is made to move him over the third, which gave, I believe it was Clements who singled to bring in Bracy for the first run of the game and the only run of the game so far. He's going to continue to work with a run lead against Tollgate with their 9-hole coming up, and then it will be the top of the order. The end of last inning was a pickoff move by Bracy, perfectly executed, caught the runner sleeping at first. Now the 9-hole continues his at-bat from earlier. Bracy gets back to work here in the top of the third. Ball low in the dirt for ball 1. I believe it's Shane Maru to face Bracy here for Tollgate. Bracy out of the lineup with the 1-0. Low in the dirt, makes it 2-0. Good block there by Corey Ogden.
Hasn't had a bad game back there today.
Bracy out of the wind up. Another ball low outside or inside. 3-0 now. Most likely going to see a take there. And there it was. Yep, took that pitch for a strike. Now 3-1. That pitch in there for a strike.
Good pitch.
Good pitch there by Ethan Bracy to battle back. 3-2.
Full count.
Full count now. That one swung on, fouled right back at the camera. Bracy's going to face now a 3-2. That one fouled out of play towards the first base dugout. Maru continues his battle. That pitch swung on, hit hard towards the gap. That's going to be more than a single. And a stand-up double.
Definitely placed the ball perfectly on that one.
Perfect swing there. Just barreled that one up into the gap. Now Bracy's going to face the top of the order with a man on second.
Bracy's gonna need to start dealing again.
Bracy's first multi-bag hit given up there. Now a foul ball hit towards the right field line. Top of the order here for the Titans. Bracy ahead in the count 0-1. Battle back against Barreau, now leading against Lafucci. That pitch right back at Bracy. Gets him at second on the fielder's choice. Definitely a good idea there. Gets the lead runner instead of the runner at first on the fielder's choice.
That's a good play there by Bracy. Real good awareness.
Ball kind of led him that way. He went that way. Rios hits the tag down. It's an easy out there on the fielder's choice. Bracy now goes back to work with a man on first. His pitch in there for a strike.
0-1.
Connor Sazillo goes to work against Bracy. Runner goes. That throw bounces off the glove of Rios, not in time. Timeout called by Adamo, excuse me. As Bracy returns back to the rubber. Salzillo steps back into the box. Bracy comes set, takes a look over at second. That pitch delivered right to Manny Rios, who can't get a glove on it. And now Vendetti is going to have to get the ball in.
He's upset about that one.
Runner holds at third.
He did not like that one.
Manny Rios just barely misses that one. Thought about it maybe a little too much. Runner on first and third, maybe a hit and run or a bunt here from the Titans to try to get the runner across. That pitch up and inside for a ball. 1-0 count now for Jack Colvin, the other pitcher. Pitcher battle here now. That one low. Runner goes. Ogden throws it across, but Javen Adamo cuts it off. Jack Colvin waits the delivery from Bracy. That one swung on. Hard hit right by the glove of Neal.
It's going to score
one. One scores. Runner holds at third. Now 1-1 the score. One now with Braden Gear coming up. Once again, runners on first and third for the Titans. That pitch taken. The throw down. Gets him. Augie with a huge throwdown. Good shoot by the catcher.
Real good play by Corey there.
Corey Ogden showing off the cannon that he has behind the dish. Good throw there to catch Salzillo stealing. Or, excuse me, I believe that was Colvin stealing. That one swung on in the dirt. Good pitch there from Bracy. Gets him chasing.
0-1.
Braden Gear, who I believe grounded out earlier in the game. That pitch swung on and missed for strike two. Oh. Good pump fake there from Ogden. Gets the runner diving back to third.
He definitely thought he was throwing that one.
Bracy looking for the strikeout pitch. Steps off. Takes a look at third. Or maybe third base coach called timeout. Calling something over to the Panthers dugout. Something about the assistant coaches. I don't know if they're saying anything or the ump's hearing something. Bracy with the 2-2, looking for the strikeout. The pitch swung on. High fly ball to right field. Clements can't get to it. Just over the fence, out of play. I think Clemens thought he had a chance of maybe reaching over the fence to bring that one in. 2-2 still the count as Bracy is battling with Braden Gear. That one inside. Called strike.
Good
3.
pitch.
Good pitch there from
Really good.
Ethan Bracy to end the inning. Bracy gets out of the inning, allows 1. Game tied at 1 here, going into the bottom of the 3rd. We've seen the Panthers last night went up, tied it, went up, and stayed up until North Providence put up 2 late in the game, and then another 2 to take the lead, and ended up winning that one 6-4.
Heartbreaking last night. Really close game against one of the best teams in the division. Just couldn't get it done.
We're going to see Adamo come to the plate here to face off against Colvin, who's had a pretty good start so far.
Just had 1 run.
Pitcher battle here, 1-1 going into the bottom of the 3rd. While Tollgate warms up, Luke, I think there's a lot to talk about what's going on here at JHS. I mean, Spirit Week this week for the graduating seniors and all classes being able to participate in that one today was anything but a backpack day. And let me tell you something, I saw some crazy backpacks today.
Yeah, me too. Crazy things I saw today. What's the craziest thing you saw?
I think I saw a microwave.
That's what I was going to say. I saw a microwave.
I think I saw someone walking around with a microwave, but I also heard that someone brought a water cooler.
Water cooler.
I
I saw a baby chair.
Yeah, I saw a baby stroller. I saw duffel bags, paper bags.
Crock pots.
People just pick something up and put their school supplies in it. Tomorrow being, I believe it's White Lies Day.
Yes, it
Students
is.
are going to wear a white lie on a white t-shirt. They'll write it in black Sharpie like we did in basketball season for one of our theme nights. You saw that on our TikTok page. With Tollgate done warming up, we're going to see Javen Adamo come to the plate to face Colvin. This is his second at bat. He struck out in his first. Panthers been quiet since the first. Adamo looking to change that as he waits for the 0-0. Fouled into the glove of the catcher for a strike. Here, Coach Gary Rihanna telling Javen keep the bat up as that one fouled off towards the left field line. Loud crash there. And Adamo strikes out again there. 1 out now for the Panthers.
Aiden Neal.
Now Aiden Neal, one of the top hitters for the Panthers, looks to get started here. He had a couple hits last night. Neal, that one swung on, fouled back. No loud crash there on that one.
Just missed it that time.
Yeah, definitely a pitch to hit there. Just misses it. Now the count 0-1. Neal, hard hit ball up the middle. That's going to be good for a single. Infield single, couldn't really tell. Slow roller.
Definitely a slow roller.
Beats it out for a single. As now Matt Clements,
Senior captain.
is coming up to the plate. Clements digs in with a man on first with 1 out. Pickoff move, not in time. Neal reaches safely. Clements. Waiting for the oh, there it is. Swung on. Hyde Chopper. Not in time to get the double play, but gets the runner at second.
Vendetti's up now for the Panthers.
Neal gets out on the fielder's choice. Matt reaches on the fielder's choice. Now Vendetti steps in, the lefty, the junior. Looks to move over his senior captain. And that's an easy play for the first baseman. And they try to throw the ball around. That ball goes wild towards the Panthers dugout. Panthers can't bounce back. Score stays 1-1 going into the top of the fourth. Now, Luke, while the Panthers get out and they care for the field, here's a funny stat for you. When you had to think about it, who do you think the stolen bag leader is on this team?
I feel like I do know who it is. I thought I would think it would be Bracy, but is it Matt?
It is Matt.
Yeah.
Matt leads the team. I believe he has 6 stolen bases with the one today. He leads the entire team on stolen bags. Not someone you expect.
Definitely not.
Neal leading the team in batting average.
I actually think it's Bracy now after last night's game.
No, I checked this morning.
It
it's
is
still
still Neal.
Matt Clements. And then Neal batting .353. Ethan Bracy getting up there with them. I believe he was at .330.
Oh, something.
So pushing it. 2 young stars continue to dominate at the plate.
That's what we like to see. A lot of young players on this team finally developing and to act like upperclassmen baseball players.
Panthers working on the field again, trying to make sure that the dirt stays compact. And there's no dust flying around. Is Bracy there? A little wild. Laughing about it. I don't know if Bracy just lost grip of that one on the warm-up. We saw last year that the pitching rotation was one of the nastiest in the state. Bracy was part of that pitching rotation. Continues this year to be part of that pitching rotation. And just some experience guys in this rotation makes it one of the best in the state. We've seen Rios have his good games, have his He hasn't really had a terrible start. Bracy, this is the first one we'll see in person from him. He's been good so far through 4. We saw Aiden Neal for the first time go 5. Unfortunately gave up, I think, 3 earned in the loss. Bracy now looking to go back to work, continue his 1-run performance so far. That pitch outside, down and away. That ball right through the glove of Ogden for ball 2. That ball swung on. Vendetti gets under it and brings it in for the first out of the inning. Hard hit ball there, right to Vendetti.
Only had to take a couple steps there. Went right to him.
Oliver Charvez now coming to the dish. Bunt down. Ball called. Pulls it back just in time. Bracy set in the windup with the 1-0. Swung on. Good off-speed pitch there from Ethan Bracy to make it 1-1. Bracy so far has been dealing. As there's a pitch in there for strike 2, making the count 1-2.
Bracy's looking comfortable today.
Bracy delivers the pitch. Inside for strike 3.
Great pitch there.
Another strikeout. And he's not happy about it.
Definitely not happy about that one.
Michael Blair now to come to the dish. Bracy, 4 strikeouts on the day so far. Michael Blair to face Bracy. That one fouled back for strike 1. Bracy, the 0-1. In there for a strike. 0-2 now the count. Bracy up in the count 0-2. Looks for the strikeout. Swung on. Strike 3 called. That's going to end the inning.
It's a good inning from Bracy.
Bracy with his 5th strikeout of the game. Now going into the top of the, the bottom of the 4th. With a 1-1 tie here between the Titans and Panthers. With the Panthers going back to their dugout. Tollgate coming out to warm up. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching Panthers versus Titans here either on the NFHS network or the JHS Media YouTube page. We'll be right back here at Engineers Field. And we're back here at Engineers Field here in Johnston, Rhode Island. Calvin on the mound continuing his good outing so far against the Panthers as Corey Ogden comes up to the dish. Ogden looking to get it started for this Panthers offense.
He's had a pretty good game behind the plate today.
First pitch swung on for strike 1. 0-1 in the count now. So far, both offenses pretty quiet. As good eye there from Ogden makes it 1-1. We've seen the Panthers score in the first off the RBI single of Matthew Clements. And since then, bats have kind of gone quiet. That one fouled off towards the first base side. Play made by Bobby Savetti over there. In foul territory. Ogden, who had a good shoot earlier in the game from behind the dish, now looking to make something happen at the dish. High pitch there called for a ball. Calvin swung on way back out of play. Ogden continues his battle at the plate.
It's 2-2.
2-2 the count. The 2-2 swung through for a strikeout.
He's not happy about that one.
Good off-speed pitch there for a strikeout. Now Luca Ritchie coming to the plate. He reached on a walk and then got out on a fielder's choice. Ritchie, pitch, sees it in for a ball. 1-0 count now for Luca Ritchie. Next pitch in the dirt for the 2-0 count now.
Similar spot.
Pitch. Right down the middle for strike one.
2-1.
2-1 count now. That pitch taken for a strike. Now 2-2. The count to Ritchie. Next pitch. Outside away. Catcher thinks that's a good spot for him. 3-2.
It's a full count for Ritchie.
Ritchie needs to battle here. 3-2 count, needs to protect the plate. That one swung on off the hands. Shortstop makes the easy stop. Gets it across the diamond for the second out of the inning.
That one went right to him. Easy play for the shortstop there.
2 outs now for the Titans. As Branche comes up. Gets the sign from Cantone over there at third. Swung on. Hard grounder. Good single there for Branche.
It's another hit in the season for him.
Exactly what he's there to do as the designated hitter. Branche singles with 2 outs. Has Manny Rios now at the dish. That pitch outside, good leave there.
1-0 for Rios.
Rios sees another strike. Rios waits for delivery. Strike in there for strike 2.
Believe it's 1-2. Yep, 1-2 for Rios. With Branche on first.
And there's a pitch called strike 3. Going into the top of the 5th now. Panthers continue to hold the lead at, or not hold the lead, hold the tie at 1-1. Good pitchers battle between the two offenses. Not liking this one. If you're an offensive-minded baseball player, you're not liking this one. If you're the pitching coach of either of these teams, you're loving this one.
In my opinion, defense wins championships in any sport, so.
All right, back here at Engineers Field for the matchup between the Panthers and the Titans. A defensive one here. 1-1 game in the top of the fifth. As Bracy goes back to work here against what I believe is the middle of the order. Or the bottom of the order, I should say. This is Edward Rosario, who singled in the first.
Called strike there. That was a close one.
Edward Rosario looking to continue his hitting. That pitch swung on.
It's high up there.
Way up there. Clement says, gone, gone, gone. And he brings that one in easily for the first out of the inning. Bracy now gets to work against Maru as that one's fouled back.
Oh, 1 for Bracy.
That one fouled right back at us. Got camera operator Tommy jumping over here in the booth. Panthers look to continue their dominance on the defensive side, and there's another strikeout for Ethan Bracy.
He's got a lot today.
That's his 6th on the day. Now the top of the order, Jonah Lafucci here to battle against Bracy again. He was reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out to the shortstop. His first pitch was fouled back towards the third base dugout. Jonah Lafucci sees that ball in the dirt for the 1-1. Bracy's pitch in there for a strike called.
Good pitch there from Bracy.
Bracy, I believe, with the 1-2 count now.
I believe so. 1-2 for Brace.
That pitch in there for strike 3. That's his 7th strikeout on the night. Bracy dealing against the Titans as the Panthers keep the ball game tied up here at 1. With the Titans warming up, we'll be right back with you here at Engineers Field in just a second. welcome back here to Engineers Field in Johnston, Rhode Island, as Ethan Bracey gets back into the box here to try to give himself some run support. Game tied up 1-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. That pitch in there for a strike. Good frame there by the catcher. Good leave there by Bracey.
1-1.
Calvin continues to work against Bracey here. He also having a great start out there. Have only allowed 1 run. Bracey, a little chop there off the hands. Bracey one for 2 here with a single flew out to the center fielder. His last at bat, really good contact though. Looking to continue his hot streak. Ball outside, 2-1 now to the sophomore. Oh, excuse me, 2-2 to the sophomore. That pitch swung on, hard hit. And I believe the left fielder comes down with it.
That's a good catch there.
Pretty good catch there from Tollgate's left fielder. I don't know exactly why he dove, but brings it in now. Bracey giving a little bit of knowledge about the pitcher, most likely to Adamo, trying to get him going. He's struck out twice today. 1 out. Calvin delivers his first pitch in there for a low strike. So far, only run scored is Ethan Bracey. Inside there, way inside. Adamo gets out of the way of it. Makes the count 1-1. That pitch fouled off. Right back at the catcher for the second strike at the at-bat. As Adamo needs to battle here with 2 strikes. Sees that one inside, called strike 3.
It's a good pitch there.
Good pitch there from Calvin to continue his great outing so far.
Aiden Neal's up now.
Bracey flew out to the left fielder for the first out. Adamo strikes out for the second. Now Aiden Neal. He was part of a fielder's choice and struck out in the first. Calvin, so far, 5 strikeouts for him. 7 strikeouts for Bracey, as there's a called strike there to Aiden Neal for the 1-1. The 1-1. Neal waits for Calvin to deliver out of the windup. Swung on, missed for strike 2. 1-2 count now here for Aiden Neal. The pitch, the 1-2, swung on, hit high up there. First baseman trying to track it. Can't get there in time, dropped foul. Neal stays alive to see another pitch.
Still 1-2 for Neal.
Bottom 5 here, 1-1 ball game.
Defensive ball game brewing up right now.
Like I said, if you're the hitting coach or you're an offensive-minded viewer, Neal can't beat that error.
Close one there.
A very close one there. Shortstop just makes the play and ends the inning there. Neal, Adamo, and Bracey get sat down in order. Back to what I was saying was, you know, if you're the hitting coach of this team, you're not loving this one. If you're the pitching coach, you're loving this one. If you're an offensive-minded coach, or offensive-minded viewer, you're absolutely hating this game right now. 1-1 going into the top of the 6th with an inning and a half to go, basically.
Not too good of offense brewing up.
May be able to see some free baseball here,
Could be.
as if the game is tied into the 7th and we go into the 8th, we'll see some extra innings baseball played between these two until there's a winner. Field getting worked on again, tamping down the dirt, making sure there's none that's going to fly up here around the plate. Luke, you're new here for media. We talked about this earlier in the season, but now you've done 2 games in a row now. How do you feel about being on the broadcast, being on the mic, learning the sport?
It's been a blast. Honestly, I had nothing to do with baseball. I had no clue about anything. Now learning it after, I think this is 4th, 5th, something around there. This is my 4th, 5th game that I've announced. Seems pretty fun.
Good to hear that you're having fun out here. We're learning the game, just trying to see different crews, see who's going to be here next year with seniors graduating. For other sports, you'll see football on this. I'm sure you'll see some girls volleyball on this. You'll see basketball again. You'll see baseball again. Next year will be a big year for JHS Media, who has had a huge year just with 2 sports, and now it's widening range. We've gotten baseball now. We've gotten basketball. We did some girls flag last week and the week before that. The club is growing, and it's making it just a blast for not only the seniors, but even the underclassmen that are learning. Bracy, I believe his first pitch was a strike. That one swung on. Clements comes in on the high fly ball. Reads it into the glove. That's the first out of the inning. Easy fly ball right there to Matthew Clements out there in right field.
Senior captain.
Bracy so far, once again, only giving up 1 run. A defensive game between these 2 teams. Defensive coaches love to see it. Offensive coaches might cry when they go to sleep if this is how this game stays.
Panthers actually haven't scored since the first inning. And it was Bracy scoring.
That pitch popped way up there. Adamo calls for it. Makes the easy grab. 2 outs now. And 2 quick ones for Bracy.
Very quick for Brace.
Little Brace, as they call him, with his big brother being on the team as a senior, has been dealing so far today for the Panthers. 7 strikeouts. Bracy now goes back to work. Inside pitch called a strike. Good pitch there from Bracy.
Really good one there.
To get ahead in the count.
Just got that ball right in.
And another high fly ball to Matt Clements. And an easy one for him.
3 quick outs for Bracy.
3 quick outs. Panthers sit the Titans in order. Bottom of the 6th coming up, and once again, score is 1-1. Panthers offense hasn't scored since the first, and the one to score in the first with Ethan Bracy off the RBI single by Matt Clements. Now they need some more hits here, some more runs. Need to be patient but aggressive at the same time. Once again, I'd like to thank anyone who's tuned in on our YouTube channel. or the NFHS network. And if you are on the NFHS network, you'll be able to watch some of the championship games. And if you like what you're hearing either from basketball or baseball, you'll be able to hear some of our announcers on some of the Rhode Island state championships and state semifinals. I believe Matt Clements is going to be working on the 3rd of June at middle school softball. He'll be on the color call there. Ant Vendetti will have a color call in June. You'll see some camera work from Timothy Zaidara on the NFHS network, just like we did at Portsmouth and at JHS for those semifinal games. And speaking of Matthew Clements, he's coming up to the plate here. Play-by-play announcer for the sport of basketball. He's going to URI, not for a sport, but for sports media. You may hear him in a couple years, Luke, on ESPN.
Hopefully.
I know you're a big Rhodey Rams fan. Who knows, maybe he'll be calling the football games for them. Clements waits for the first one. Swing and a miss there for strike one. Clements waiting for the 0-1. Sees that one in there for a ball. Outside 1-1 count here in the bottom of the 6th. That one swung on. Grounded out to the third baseman, I believe it was.
Yes, it was. Now Ant Venditti's up.
Makes the easy throw to first to get Matt Clements out for the first out of the inning. Now Vendetti comes up in a big spot here, needing some runners on base. Good pitch there. In there for a strike from Colvin. Him too, having a great outing here in Johnston. 1 run allowed. He has, I believe, 5 strikeouts on the night. And pitching in high school, it's not about the strikeout number. It's really about how many outs you're getting without giving up any runs or hits. As the center fielder comes in on Vendetti's pop fly for the easy second out of the inning. Now we're going to see the freshman Corey Ogden.
2 quick outs for the pitcher.
Calvin making easy work of this Panthers offense so far. Only 1 run allowed in 5 2/3. The pitch in there. Ogden, little grounder to the first baseman, taking it easily for the 3rd out of the inning.
3 quick outs for Tollgate too.
The Panthers sit down in order after sitting 3 Titans down in order.
Very quick 6th inning there.
We're going into the top of the 7th. Tie game here. Time to put your rally caps on if you're the Titans or the Panthers. Looking up at the scoreboard, you see the 1 in the first inning for the Panthers and the 1 in the 3rd inning for the Titans. And it's just been, since then, a defensive battle between the 2 pitchers. It's definitely been entertaining watching these pitchers go to work. I mean, Bracey, 7 strikeouts. Calvin, 5 strikeouts, both only giving up 1 earned run so far. What a pitcher battle between the 2.
Yeah, they both have been dealing. Bracey's coming back to the mound, looking to play all 7 today.
Looking to go a complete game here, not a complete game shutout, but looking to go 7 innings so far, 6 innings of work, 7 strikeouts, 1 earned run. Looks to finish this game out strong. Like I said, you're either watching this on our YouTube page or NFHS. There's only going to be more baseball coming your way. I believe it's Thursday. We come back to play. I believe it was, I can't exactly remember what team it is, but I know it's Thursday night. We should have another game. It's either Thursday or Friday. I'm going to take a look at the schedule for you now so we can see what else we have coming up.
What I see is Burrville on Thursday.
Yep, Burrville on Thursday. And then you're going to have senior night in a few nights. But we're also going to have a couple makeup games at home. We still have Cranston West to see at home. Pontigansett also to see at home. And then you'll have Central out of Providence for the boys' senior night. Jordan Bracey, Matt Clements, and Manny Rios look to celebrate that one before going into the playoffs. As Bracey gets back to work, that one wild, way outside. Bracey, like I said, 7 strikeouts so far through 6 innings. That ball swung on. And another fly ball to Matt Clements. Brings it in easily to the first out of the inning. 4 quick outs now for the Panthers. Burrville being on, I believe that is the Thursday, the 15th. That will be another scheduled game that was not rained out. And then we have a few rain games that we need to make up. And then it will be Central time for senior night. Can't wait to see not only the celebration, but we'll be able to have a camera down there for it. The pregame ceremony before going up on the air to watch the game. Bracey delivers, swung on. Ritchie makes the play very easily and gets it over to Neal for the second out. And honestly, Ritchie there kind of just made that play while looking into the sky. I think it was gonna take a little hop. Makes the play easily with the glove and gets it over to Neal on the other side of the diamond. 2 outs here for the Titans. Pitcher warming up for the Titans. Believe they're trying to tell them that they need to either get gear or a helmet on them if they're going to warm up in the foul territory. They could also just go behind the dugout. There is area over there. Running out a helmet is a player, I believe, or someone to protect if a ball is hit that way. 2 outs. Bracey looking to finish out through 7. That pitch in there for a strike called by the ump. 0-1 now the count.
Great pitch by Bracey there. He's going to need a couple more of those.
Bracey so far 6 2/3. That one swung on for a single up the middle.
Right over Bracey's glove.
Michael Blair comes back from his last debut with a strikeout. Now single up the middle for him as Bracey lets up another hit. I believe that is the 3rd hit he's given up all night. Bracey now to face Edward Rosario. He, so far tonight, I believe, had a single in the 1st and struck out in the 3rd. Bracey, good pickoff move there. Not in time to get the runner. Blair, who had a single there, now taking off. Ogden can't get him in time. Bracey now with a runner in scoring position. Needs to get Eddie Rosario here. The pitch In there for a strike. Good pitch there from Ethan Bracey.
It's a great pitch by Bracey.
A great location there for the sophomore. Bracey checks the runner at second. Pitch in there. Swung on. That's a bloop single. And Tollgate sending the runner. They're not going to get the ball in time. Big RBI single there for Edward Rosario. Michael Blair comes from second into home. Makes the game 2-1 here in the top of the 7th. Just a good piece of batting there for the Titans. Now put the Panthers down 2-1 here late in the 7th. Strike called there by Bracey. Good location for the kid.
0-1.
2-1 now the score here at Johnson Memorial Park. Panthers once again lost the tie or lead here late in the game. Top of the 7th here. That one swung on, fouled right back at us. Like to mention again that the Panthers a few years ago had a lot of walk-off wins. May continue it today. As that's a pass ball right by Ogden. Ethan Bracey getting a little wild here after 6 innings and 2/3 work. Needs one more out here to have at least a complete game. Don't believe if they were to tie it up, we'd see him in the 8th.
1-2. 1-2.
Bracey. That one fouled off. Maru continues to battle back here against Brace. He's looking to get out of the jam. But a runner on second, 2 outs. Bracey comes set. The pitch. Swung on, high fly ball. Clements coming in on it, or excuse me, Neal coming in on it. Gets out of play. Bracey continues to have to battle here with Maru. In the top of the 7th, and Ogden's going to take a second to talk to him, maybe find a pitch he wants to go to here for the strikeout. Cleans off home plate. Ogden returns to the plate to continue Bracey's battle against Maru. Needs a win here with a man on second. That one outside for a ball. Bracey.
2-2.
And the 2-2 count here needs to get out of it. The pitch. Swung on. Right over the glove of Javen Adamo. Clements gets it into Neal. No, gets it all the way. Not in time. The throw to second. In time. Tries to advance the runner into scoring position. Couldn't get there in time. But Tollgate adds 2 runs on to make it 3-1. Here, heading into the bottom of the 7th. Panthers once again lose a tie or lead late in the game. Not something you want to see out of the Johnston Panthers once again. Another late lead or tie blow. Not something you want to see out of this team this late in the season. Need to get the offensive bats going. We're going into the last inning, the last half inning. Panthers have 3 outs to score 3 runs. New pitcher, I believe. Oh, no, they're not going to the new pitcher that was warming up. It is still Calvin. maybe warming that pitcher up, thinking that they were going into the next half inning tied up, maybe needing a pitcher to go into the eighth. Or Calvin told the coach, hey, we're up 3-1 now. Let me stay in. I'll finish this game off. I'll have a complete game. Bracy goes a complete game. 3 runs allowed on 7 strikeouts, and I believe it was 5 hits. Luca Ricci looks to come to the plate in a big spot here. We hear Triple H's The Game like we do every bottom of the 7th here in Johnston, especially being down 2 runs. It is now time to play the game. They need to get this offense going. They need 3 runs to walk this game off with 3 outs remaining in the game. It's going to be a tough one, hopefully an entertaining one. Hopefully the Panthers find a way to make this entertaining.
At the bottom of the order, could be doable if they get a hit right now. Some of the top of the order
You're
could
going
come.
to at least see Luca Ricci, Juan Branche, and Manny Rios. As Ricci hits one right into the glove of the left fielder. Good contact there, but just right to him.
Yeah, like you said, it was good contact. Went right to him, though. Easy first out.
First out of the inning is a fly out to the left fielder. Now Branche comes up to the plate. He singled his last plate appearance. Now looking to do something with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Branche sees that first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Need to be patient but aggressive here at the same time. Panthers down 2 here in the bottom of the 7th at home. That one swung on, fouled into the chest plate of the catcher.
This kid has a lot of hits on the season. He's going to need another one right now.
We've seen him come up big before. Can do it again here in the bottom of the 7th. Branche sees that one in for a ball called. Pretty good off-speed pitch there from Calvin. 2-1 count here to Branche. Just one back, hit right at us. Bottom of the 7th needs to come up big here. Now 2-2 the count. Branche's going to have to battle back. Calls time. Takes a step off the plate. Umpire talking to him for some reason. Don't know exactly what was exchanged between the two. The pitch from Calvin. In there for a strike, and I think Branche knew that one wasn't going to be called his way, even talking to the ump. Rios now in a big spot here. 2 outs, down 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th. Could be the last chance for the Panthers.
That's exactly how it went last night.
Rios going to try to come up big here to get the top of the order back up. Big swing and a miss there for the first strike of the inning. The pitch fouled off. 0-2 now for Rios, and now it's in the danger zone. 0-2 count here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs. Rios gonna have to come up big.
100%. He's going to need one right now.
The pitch blocked by the catcher in the dirt.
1-2 for Rios.
Calls timeout. Rios gonna take a step off. Catcher gonna talk to his pitcher. 1-2 count now for Manny Rios, who can come up huge for the Panthers if he reaches in any way, brings up the top of the order and gives a lot better of a chance.
100%.
Rios calls time. Didn't like how long Calvin was taking. Umpire granted him timeout as he steps back into the box. Calvin delivers. Strikeout called, but catcher has to get the throw in. I think the first baseman was blocking the bag there, but in time, says the ump. Rios probably not happy with that one.
Definitely not happy.
From our angle, there was definitely some blocking going on there. I guess we'll have to take a look back at the stream to see. But Panthers drop another one. This one's the Titans. If they shake hands, Luke, another just one blown late in the game. 2 runs scored on 2 singles. Huge singles late in the top of the 7th. Just why exactly did this Panthers offense die out so well? And the question is are they going to be able to make the playoffs now?
I mean, we don't know. We've seen them fall apart last 3 or 4 innings in the last couple games. They can't keep this going on. They're going to need to start doing better at the end of innings for the next couple of games in this last home stretch of the season.
We're going to see the Panthers start taking their sprints. They run a couple sprints after every game, win or loss. And, well, to talk about this one, very defensive battle into the 7th inning. Ethan Bracey goes 7 innings, 7 strikeouts, but cannot keep the Titans from scoring. They had a few big hits late in the game, 2 singles that turned into RBIs. And Calvin, on the other side of the battle between the pitchers, held this Panthers offense to 1 run.
Yeah, what a game by him.
Great outing for him to end the game. Just a crazy thing to say that this offense had 9 runs in the past couple, 9 runs, 7 runs, and then they had 4 runs last night, and then they come here to face someone almost at the same tier as them, and they go 1 run in 7 innings against the same pitcher. It's just very unfortunate to see. But sometimes the offense clicks. The other nights, there's times where, hey, we only hit the ball 4 times. We scored 1 run in 7 innings, and that's basically what happened tonight. They just struggled on the offensive side of the ball, played great defense until that 7th inning. Bracey, great performance out there until late. Just an unfortunate drop for the Panthers.
This was definitely a winnable game for them too. This was a game that they needed to win.
Definitely a game that they needed to win. I believe if they won this, it would have solidified their playoff spot. But now going to have to fight with the Titans and hope that the Titans drop a couple and they can win a couple more. Titans are going to, I believe, improve to 4-13 as the Panthers go down to 3-12. And with that, my name is Tyler Holton. I was your play-by-play announcer tonight. Alongside me was Luke Ventura. He was your color announcer tonight. Your stream manager, James Seno, a new debut for JHS Media. Your cameraman and camera operator, Timothy and Sami Zoidara. We all here at JHS Media would like to thank you for watching either on the NFHS Network or our YouTube page. And with the Panthers dropping this one 3-1 to the Tollgate Titans, we're going to sign off.